Hello and a very good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? So, welcome back to today's market outlook. My name is Edmund. Yesterday, we had a relatively quiet day. Markets was mostly consolidating. We can see, for example, the UK pound trading within a consolidation phase of about 60 pips throughout the whole day, and also we can also the gold prices was also trading in a consolidation phase, moving up and down within just about a 10 US dollar range. And we can also see the US dollar index also relatively quiet. It moved up during the UK trading session. However, towards the US trading session, it came back down to the starting price. Okay, so let us have a look and see what is coming up for the next 24 hours for today. Today is a Friday, 26th of June 2020. Today's economic calendar, I would say, is mostly minor data again. From Europe today at 2 p.m., we will be having German import price data. And at 4 p.m., we will be having the Eurozone's M3 money supply report. Towards the evening, we will have a set of data coming out from the US. First of all will be the core PCE price index, and secondly will be the personal income and personal spending data. Okay, this is an error from my side. There is no final GDP. This final GDP was actually yesterday. Apologies for the error. So the other data that will be coming up towards the evening will be at 10 p.m., where we will be having the consumer sentiment and inflation expectations data. Let us have a quick look and see what markets are expecting in terms of the forecast for the data tonight. Okay, let's have a look. Again, for the PCE price index, markets are expecting no changes. So basically, the core PCE personal consumption expenditure index is to a certain extent a measure of inflation. And as you can see, they are expecting it to come at 0%, which is more or less in line compared to the previous month of negative 0.4, with the economies and manufacturing and services activities picking up. Consumption expenditure or even personal consumption expenditure by consumers has also picked up, with the economies opening up in recent weeks. So we should see the figure being better than the negative 0.4%, which was reported the previous session. Okay, so personal spending is expected to come in at 8.9%, and personal income is expected to come in at negative 6%. Again, these two figures is an improvement from the previous reading of the negative 13.6 and also 10.5%. Okay. We will also be having revised consumer sentiment, University of Michigan's consumer sentiment survey, and also inflation expectations. Again, this set of data will not be market changing. In other words, markets will still move, but to a smaller extent. And I would foresee that if there's any major movement in the markets today, whether it's during the US or during the UK trading session, it should be due to certain news or events or announcements to be made, which are not economic related. Okay, so it could be President Trump commenting on something, or other prominent figures from the US or from the UK commenting or sharing their views on certain topics. Okay, so economic calendar wise, again, no major data. Just watch out for the usual UK trading session and also the US trading session. Let us have a look and see what other events or news happened over the last 24 hours. Okay, for yesterday and also all the way until now, as we are speaking, the US dollar was mildly bullish. Okay, going up yesterday. Okay, at about this is 1300 at about +5 is 1800 hours, which is 6 p.m. We can see the US dollar strengthening. However, in the next few hours, which is this one, 1500 +5 is 2000 hours local Singapore Malaysia time. which is 8 p.m., the US dollar comes back down. Okay, so for yesterday, well, you can say that yes, the US dollar went up. However, towards the US trading session, it came back down to 97.275 levels, and currently is about to test the dynamic trend line and also the horizontal support. Okay, so let's see where it goes later on. Yeah, during yesterday's video, we were also looking at a US dollar about at this level, and at this time at about which was about 12 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time, and based on the H4 charts, we were looking for it to come back up towards the high of this consolidation phase, which is about here. And yeah, true enough, it went up just a little bit more before coming back to its original price. Okay, so yeah, so that was for the US dollar. Again, with the recent spike in coronavirus cases, and of course, as of this morning, okay, as of this morning, US recorded the highest daily spike in coronavirus cases. The numbers coming in at about 45,000 new cases, where the average was previously about 32,000 new cases on a daily basis. Okay, so for the last 2 weeks or so, the number of new coronavirus cases from the US has steadily increased. Okay, personally, I think it's a big issue, it's a problem, and some states in the US are beginning to enforce certain lockdowns and restrictions again. But the most critical point is, how will the US citizens respond to it? Will they follow the authorities' restrictions and lockdowns and work together to go on quarantine again and try to control the spread of the virus? Or will they be as free-spirited as they are, especially the younger citizens, where over the last 2 weeks, the average age of new infections, that means whether it was the elderly or the younger people which got the new infections, most of it was at the age of 30. So as you can see, it could be again partly due to the summer holidays which are coming, due to student events, due to social activities and so on. These citizens are coming out in large droves. Okay, so yeah, still need to keep an eye on this. And other interesting developments, if you are trading the UK pound, we will be having further trade negotiations between the European Union and the UK, starting this Monday. Okay, so this Monday, 29th of June, will be the first physical meeting between the negotiators from the European Union and also from the UK. And yesterday's, I would say, main market data would be the US unemployment claims data, which came in at 1.48 million US citizens filing for unemployment claims. This number was higher than market forecast of 1.32 million. So yeah, so you can say that number one, the jobs improvement since the end of May has more or less sort of fizzled out in the last 2 weeks, and possibly it may have a impact on economic activity and also manufacturing and services demand in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so yeah, so the unemployment claims came in at 1.48 million, worse than the market forecast, and this was the second straight week that the number of unemployment claims has risen. Okay, so it's a very, I would say, it's a very critical point now, where the markets are at a balance between further progress or taking 2 steps back, okay, due to the coronavirus. So we got to see how the US government, number one, imposes or executes certain lockdowns and restrictions, and number two, we need to see how the US citizens are responding, and hopefully if these two can work together and go hand in hand, and hopefully we should see the coronavirus cases coming down. Okay, So if it doesn't come down, yeah, it's going to create a new set of problems for the US economy, for the US dollar, and also for gold prices, and also for oil prices. Okay, so yeah, so no major economic data again. Let's watch out for the market movements towards the afternoon and evening. Another point to make, if you guys have already made decent profits on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you can actually avoid looking at the markets on Thursday and Friday. It is fine. Have a good rest and come back again next Monday. Okay, so let us move on to the technical charts analysis section.